Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's something serious. Where my girls at? We linked up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah.
Well, hello. We got you today. It is Wonderful Wednesday. What kind of W word you got for me today? It is Wonderful Wednesday. We are so excited to be back on We Got Issues. You can meet us here every single weekday, Monday through Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time on 9:10 a.m. The Superstation. We are here. The force of friendship is who we are collectively and individually. I am Caterina Harris Earl. Sabrina Goodwin Monday is in Chapel Hill. Gloria Mayfield Banks is in Ellicott City, Maryland. And Lady Crisette Ellis is in the D. So we are so excited that you are listening to us today. Y'all, we got another good show, but this is what I promise you today. I promise you today, you're going to laugh. I promise you today, you're going to laugh. I promise you that you are going to call up one of your best girlfriends you've been knowing forever and maybe ask her one or two of these questions and get to know something about her you didn't know. I promise you today that there'll be somebody that you'll meet. Like Gloria said yesterday, she was trying to smile through the mask and people can't see it, so she was waving real fast. I promise you today that if you use some of what we talk about, you can make a new friend. It is going to be a lot of fun because today is Get to Know the Girlfriends, and we're going to play just some fun question games to see how we can get to know each other and see with this 30-year friendship. Let's just keep track of how many things we can learn about each other that we have not known in 30 years, because you know we still don't know it all. So again, I'm Caterina and I'm passing it to my girlfriend. Y'all, seriously, there is so much going on in the world. The world has issues. Today for me is a special day because it's the day that my dad's service was when he passed away in 2014. So May 12th always stands out for me for that. And these girlfriends were the ones that were with me that told me when my father passed away. I mean, seriously, talk about girlfriends. But can y'all believe what's taking place with gas? Like gas. I mean, President Biden said, please don't hoard the gas. And I'm like, look, all you can do is fill up your tank. It's not like you hold it. I don't know what hoarding is, but gas, y'all, that's serious. And we didn't even talk about it, that something fell out the sky that China sent up in the air. Like we didn't, that like it was the size of 10 stories and praise God, it fell in the ocean. Like we didn't even talk about that because there's so many issues taking place. And I know we're keeping it powerful, positive, and not Pollyanna, but we just got to give a shout out for Representative Liz Cheney. Okay. Some stuff went down today. Some stuff went down
today.
Say it again. Seriously.
Say it again. She was telling the truth, whether they liked it or not. She told the truth, whether they liked it or not. She was like, woo.
And
like,
we
wow.
know the truth, right, will set you free. At some point in our lifetime, it's going to come back and the truth will set her free. So I'm going to pass it to Crisette because I know that you're going to talk about some other juice that went down today too. So Crisette, how you doing in your bright pink?
Hey, everybody. It's so good to be here. You know what? I am doing well.
She is coming.
Okay. I am Crisette from Detroit on mute, but I'm unmuted and I am doing well. So excited to be here with my girlfriends. And I'm telling you, Caterina, what a list you gave us of things that went down today. I wasn't really in tune to a lot of things that were going on in the news. One thing that popped up on my laptop was Ellen DeGeneres is leaving her show next year. And that was like, wow, wow. I was just surprised that she is, leaving her show. And then she's going to have, I think on her last show, she's going to have Oprah Winfrey. OMG. So I know that, Oprah, it was such a sad day when Oprah decided that she was.
Don't act like Kenny Monday didn't just walk in the camera and give some smooches to his wife, Sabrina. Okay, on camera. We are sorry for the radio audience, but there is public displays.
I'm looking directly in because there's too many distractions. I gotta unmute the phone, then I gotta watch Kenny over there kissing Sabrina, and then listen, I'm trying to stay focused on the show, okay? And then you know what? Rio, we're looking for Rio. Rio even is not even with us on today. Where's Rio, Sabrina?
Yeah, where's Rio?
He's with his sister Sydney. When Sydney's in town, he ain't got time for me. Okay, he's with Sydney.
Okay. So as I was saying, you know, that was the news that I saw, and of course, Anthony is kissing on.
We got a party going over here. This the kissing girlfriend show. The kissing girlfriend show. Where's Ken?
Hey, somebody call my husband. Call my husband. Tell him get out of the kitchen, stop eating, and come lay one on his wife. Okay. But this is, you know what, you guys, this is going to be such a great show on today. I was thinking about, you know, us talking about the girlfriends, and I said, you know what, we have been hanging out with each other. We've traveled all over the world. We've been to each other's homes. We've done so many things. We've borrowed a lot of stuff from each other. We've done so many things together. But I'm telling you, being with these chicks every single day, Monday through Friday, listening to stuff, it's like, I didn't know that. And then you start thinking, am I really their friend? Because there's a whole lot of stuff that you don't know that you just thought you would know. So today, I'm like you, Caterina, call your girlfriend, call them up, tell them to get on the show, because I guarantee you, as close as you are, there are some things you don't know about your girlfriend. So I think I'm going to throw it over to Sabrina Goodwin Monday.
All right. Well, this show is brought to you by Chocolate Kisses, okay? Chocolate Kisses. That is our sponsor. That's what one of our viewers said, and I love that. You guys, men, oh my goodness, we're so grateful for the men in our lives. They're supportive, they're wonderful, they're loving, they love to give kisses, and that's what keeps us going, for sure. Well, you guys, I mean, talking about the gas shortage, North Carolina, we got issues. 70% of our state is out of gas.
What?
National emergency in the state of North Carolina. So no, y'all, it's very serious. 70%. Wow. And so we've been hit hardest where Kenny's like, I'm not going to be running out of gas going to look for some gas. If I run out, I just run out. I mean, the lines are wrapped around. You guys, I tell you, the Americans have panicked because of that cyber attack on the pipeline. And they say that it should be sorted out in the next couple of days. But, you know, I'm not sure how we got here. And if we can get here this easily, what else can happen in a very quick, fast way? And so it makes us very concerned. But imagine that 70% of the state out of gas. And no, Caterina, when you said how you hoard gas, they have pictures of people in North Carolina putting gasoline in plastic bags, carrying it off in plastic bags. Crazy. That's why they have to make those kind of statements.
Sabrina, are you on full? Do you have a full tank?
I'm on full and I'm parked. I told Kenny I ain't going nowhere. I'm homebound, for real.
You're at the house, for real.
And he running all around. He running all around everywhere in his truck. I said, how much gas you have? Half a tank. And he gone somewhere now, but he's going for something special. Today's his mother's 83rd birthday. So they're going out to dinner. Yep, today, her 83rd birthday. And so anyway, it is beautiful. What a beautiful thing. He said, well, I run out of my gas, then I'll come to your car. So we're good for a few days. But we got issues. Gloria, how are you?
Oh my goodness, I got gas. We got gas. We might have issues, but we got gas in Maryland today. Today we have some gas in Maryland, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about this show. I love to lean in and learn. Listen, since we've been on this radio show, I'm already shocked what I've learned about y'all. Like, what? And we try to be a good girlfriend. So I'm excited. It's beautiful here. I was still with, oh Lord.
Okay. Get yourself some of that. Okay,
Your
give me some
man
of that.
said, come give me a
Gloria,
kiss. Come give me
you better go find your man. Gloria, go find your man, baby. Go find your man.
Hey, 911.
Let's see what time he come back from the gym. Let's see if he come back from the gym, because he ain't here right now. He ain't here, and I'm the lone man. Once again, the lone man. And better not nobody make no comments on Facebook, okay? That's exciting, you guys. Seriously. Well, you know what we do? We do in the force. We celebrate our girlfriends. We celebrate all the love that they get when we don't get none, okay, right now. So I'm just waiting for him to get home. Hope he's here in time. But I'm telling you, I'm excited about the show. I'm excited for you guys to call in, because we want not only for you to know about us, but we're excited for us to know about you. And how do we get to know about you if you don't call in and let us know and let us hear what's going on? Seriously, I do want to say this, though. When they said that Ellen was leaving the show, I want to say that even when things are super, super good, they all run a journey. And her journey is done with that. And she's on to so many other things. And it's exciting to see her leap. I'm sitting here wondering, what is she going to do when she's free from that responsibility? What is going to happen to her imagination when she's able to create something before? What is going to happen when she's not under all the sign stuff that she has for all the TV shows? And what's going to happen when she has freedom to breathe again? I'm excited because I love her humor. I love the kind of humor she delivers. She makes me laugh. And so I'm excited to see what happens. I'm turning it back over to you, Caterina.
Hey, Gloria, I wanted to just add into that. It was so interesting that she said the reason that she was giving the show up because it was no longer a challenge for her.
Right.
Wow. Now that is interesting. She no longer.
Didn't Oprah kind of say that? And we were wondering what her next chapter would look like. And
right. And it is amazing.
And remember, how when she first started, she was scared and sweating, and I don't know what I'm gonna say, and who's gonna come see me, and all that kind of stuff. Now she's dancing up and down the steps, and now she's like, I'm done with that. There's nothing left. I love to hear those stories. What scared us on Tuesday, we're done with it on Friday. It's amazing. Amazing.
Wow. Well, we're getting to know a lot about others, and we always have learned to love too. We've loved to learn a lot about stars in Hollywood. We like a peek into their lives, which is why reality show is so popular. So we got a little reality today. So before the break, we have about 5-6 minutes before the break. I thought we would start out at the beginning, like what was it like for you growing up? For me, I grew up, you've heard me talk about it, in mostly an all-white neighborhood in Fremont, California. People want to know why I'm naturally techie. Like, I don't remember when I became techie, but Fremont is the genesis. It's where Silicon Valley started. So it's like I still have my dad's Atari computer. Like, he just told me to keep it because it's going to be worth a lot of money. And like one of those original Macintosh that you used to type like this. And so my dad y'all remember you had to push those buttons. And so I don't remember it happening, but I guess just because growing up in that area, it is kind of how technology started happening. We always had the latest gadgets. And one of the funny things is my dad collected sports cars, and people couldn't really figure out how we were the only Black people in the neighborhood. And my dad had a Pantera, which was like a Ferrari. He had a Porsche. He had a Jaguar at the same time. They just swore he was selling drugs, y'all. They could not figure out how he had all those sports cars. So we used to have nosy people just come around all the time, and my dad would fix their cars, and it was just really, really a blessing. But I still have some friends from that neighborhood today, and I say that because of how I grew up, it helped me to understand I can go in and out of different cultures, eat different foods, speak different languages, not like really different languages, but code switch when I need to. I'm comfortable in a lot of different environments, but I'm also very comfortable and understand that I am an African-American woman unapologetically. And so that's just a little bit about me growing up. Sabrina, Oklahoma, take us to Tulsa. What was it like for you growing up? Tell us something about the Goodwin home.
Oh my, let's see here. Tulsa was,
you were there and then you faded out.
Oh my goodness. My phone rang. Can you guys hear me now? My phone rang. Okay. So growing up in Oklahoma, well, for one, Oklahoma, many people don't know where Oklahoma is. They're always like, Oklahoma, Omaha. They never know where Oklahoma is. It's like, well, Oklahoma is a great middle-class community. Tulsa, Oklahoma is where I grew up. And only about 11% African-American in Tulsa, 11% population of African-Americans. But we grew up in a middle-class community, a lot of love, a lot of rich history in Tulsa. You guys hear me talk all the time about, because the 100th anniversary of the race massacre is approaching the end of this month, Memorial Day weekend. There was a class of 18 people in the graduating class. They were getting ready for prom at the high school, and they had to stop decorating. My grandfather and his sister were in that 1921 graduating class. They could not have the prom. That is the night that the bombs came through. The mobs came through and they dropped fire bombs on the community. They killed over 300 people, burned homes and businesses, 30 square blocks of businesses just destroyed because of the color of our skin. And so I am a descendant of race massacre survivors. I was truly blessed to watch my family. Of course, I was not around when all that happened, but I heard the stories and stories and stories. And so my grandfather wanted to own a newspaper business to tell the story of the community. And the Oklahoma Eagle, that newspaper still stands today. Black Wall Street, that's it, Tanya, Black Wall Street. My grandfather was the youngest entrepreneur on Black Wall Street. He wanted a newspaper to tell the community story. And now that newspaper is almost 100 years old. My family has run that paper forever. My dad, before he passed away, helped run the paper. Now my uncle and cousins run that newspaper. And so we grew up in a community very knowledgeable about our history. Always, somebody said I grew up an hour north of Tulsa. Teresa, Cherryville, Kansas, that's where my mother's from. Cherryville, Teresa, we got to talk.
No way, no way.
Nobody's ever heard of Cherryville. My mother's from Cherryville, absolutely. No. And so I spent every summer, because my mother, after school, when we were in grade school, day after school was out, she would ship us to my grandparents' home in Cherryville, Kansas, every summer. My mother was one of those who didn't play. When school was out, we went to grandma's house. Oh my goodness. And so such fond memories. But I grew up with one sister and two brothers, and a lot of love in that home. Unfortunately, I lost my brother at age 31. He was killed in a tragic car accident, my oldest brother, Eric. And so we will forever miss him and love him, and be thankful that we had him for the 31 years that we did. So it was a great childhood.
Wow. That is just, it's unbelievable. And I knew some of that, but just to hear you tell the story, Sabrina, is so rich. Mm-hmm. And you see how someone's journey, how it has shaped them, how it has created you and shaped you and made you so passionate right now. We only have like a minute before the break. But Gloria, can you just start now, share, and then come back after the break and share a little bit more? Growing up in Detroit, both Gloria and Crisette. So Gloria, how about for you?
Yes. You know, we talk about, we talk about the west side. We talk about the west side of the east side. Huh?
I'm cutting you off again because it actually is time. I thought you had 2 minutes, but you only got 1 minute. I think Michael's taking us to a break, so we are going to a break. We're going to learn about Gloria and Crisette when we come back from the break, and we want to learn from you. So give us a call, 313-778-7600. We will see you when we get back from the break.
All right. Hopefully, give us a thumbs up if you can hear me talking. Kiara said last time I was talking, you guys couldn't hear me on Facebook, but oh my goodness, don't you absolutely love this topic? I mean, finding out more information about your girlfriends. When I tell you, I am serious when I say there's so much that I have learned about Caterina, Sabrina, and Gloria since we've started this talk show, things that I didn't know, because a lot of times, you guys, you know, when you're building your relationship, you don't necessarily go into every single aspect of your life. And so when certain situations come up, that's when you may talk about, the things that, relate to that situation. So I guarantee you, if you call up some of your girlfriends and just start saying, hey, I bet you there's some stuff you don't know about me and some stuff I don't know about you. But it's always so interesting. I love to hear the stories about people and how they grew up, because it really does tell you, or it helps to mold and to shape them into the people they are today. So I would love you guys, put it in the chat. What are some things that people don't know about you? We're going to talk about some of those things. And when we come back into the show, some things that people would never know. Sometimes you see people and you're like, oh, she's this. And then you find out, what? She jumped out of a plane. What? She did this, she did that. So we absolutely want to know, what are some things about you that people may not know? Put it in the chat, You guys, some of you may even want to call in and talk about some things maybe that you found out about a girlfriend that you didn't know. So of course, that number is 313-778-7600. So we're getting ready to come back into the show in just a few minutes, but I'm telling you, you had a set of twin brothers. Wow, that is awesome. I love to see twins. I just think twins are just so interesting. I'm telling you, my father-in-law wanted twins so bad. He was like, I'm going to give some money to any of my kids that have twins, because he wanted twins so badly. So you guys, this is a great conversation. I absolutely loved hearing about, the stories of the girlfriends. And I'm sure, as I said, you said, Carla, her life is an open book, worked for the mortgage company and played and sang at churches all throughout Detroit. Yes, I absolutely know Carla. Matter of fact, Carla is a member of my church, and she played for Greater Grace and has sang for us. So she is an amazing songstress. All right, we're back. We'll talk to you in a minute.
Well, hello. It's your Force of Friendship girlfriend, Caterina Harris Earl. I'm coming to you today from Brentwood, California. Sunny, beautiful day. And today we are having a fun show. Get to know the girlfriend. So we heard a little bit about me growing up in Fremont, a lot about Sabrina growing up in Oklahoma and Cherryvale. Did I say it right? Cherryvale, yes. Kansas, which I hadn't heard of either. And I bet that is something, ching ching, that all three of us did not know about Sabrina. And so now we're going to throw it back to Gloria, Detroit. Gloria's talking about what it was like growing up in Detroit.
It was an awesome. I swear. I really do. I swear. I think Detroit is the best city in the world to grow up. It was such a phenomenal childhood. It was a time when things were thriving. The car industry was thriving, and everything in Detroit was thriving. The job market was phenomenal. The opportunities were phenomenal. My mom had only one sister, and her sister lived in Los Angeles on the west. So we always would go out to the West Coast, like almost every year, every other year, we make it out to the West Coast. My mother had one sister. My father had 12 brothers and sisters. So there were relatives all over the place. And we always spent time with family. And my father was kind of family father. He said, if somebody's getting married, we are there. If someone's having a funeral, we are there. If someone's having a baby, we are there. I mean, we went to every single family situation. And you guys, there was a lot of family situations. I remember one time we were going out west, and they had bought a brand new station wagon. And I know I overpacked because my mother overpacks. You should have seen that station. We had so much in that dang on car driving to the West Coast. And my mother was the kind of person who would go to a city and she wants to know all about that city. She wants to do all the research. So that meant all of us had to do all the research. But we had a great time. I had 4 sisters. I had 3 sisters. I'm the third of 4 girls. And both my parents were educators. And then my dad became head of the drug abuse system in Detroit for the mayor. So he like when drugs really got to be something that they had to deal with, the mayor tapped him on the shoulder and asked him to handle that piece. So that was a very interesting thing to see. One sister ended up in college right outside of Detroit in Ypsilanti. My other sister went to school at Howard University, so I followed her to Howard. My mother wanted me to go to Hampton. I was like, no, I want to go to Howard. And we went to Howard. I want to go to Howard. I mean, that was so crazy. That was a crazy time. My sister, because of her Olympics, she finished high school, but she didn't go to college right away. So she was traveling all over the world. So that meant my parents traveled all over the world, which is why I love to travel all over the world. So, and my mother's only sister took her kids out of school in middle school and took them to Switzerland and had them stay in Switzerland for 6 weeks while they traveled all over Europe. So I got a really rich history of family that traveled internationally for a very long time. And so the bug is in us, all of us. We've all traveled. And so we love that. So it's been a great, great time. And I'm going to pass it over to you, back to you, Caterina, or back to Chris.
Well, we're going to keep it in the D. And so I want to know what it was like for the Green Girls, Chris. I see the Green Girls. You talk about your sisters. We see your amazing trips you take, but I haven't really heard you talk a lot about growing up in the house. What was it like?
OMG. The greenhouse was crazy. You guys, we lived on Rosedale. We are from the North End, okay? Cool people come from the North End, okay? And I promise you, it's amazing. We lived in a duplex. My grandmother lived right next door to us. Right, literally, wow. I could leave my house and go straight to my grandmother's house. Now, I don't know how much my mother enjoyed living next to her mother-in-law. right. For us, we were right next door to my grandmother. There were 7. I had 3 brothers and 3 sisters. And so there were 7 of us in that house. So you talk about close quarters, literally one room. I stayed with all of my sisters. We were all in one room. So trust me, we were very close in everything. When I tell you, it's amazing how, as you get older and like the house that, we lived in on Shrewsbury, and then we moved to Orchard Lane. I'm like, oh my gosh, when I think about how small our house was and 7 of us were living there, it's just amazing how it was just more than enough. Sometimes we think we got to have 15, 20 rooms, where we literally had 1 bedroom. And so I have 3 older sisters. I have a sister that lives in California, Judy, and she is a fan of the show. So she may be on Facebook watching us right now. And I just remember, being so thankful to have sisters and to be so thankful to have a big family. I remember my older sister, Karen, just looking up to her. I always thought she was so pretty. She was so fashionable. I just wanted to be like her. And because we all shared a room, many times I would sneak in her clothes and wear her clothes and try to hurry up and put them back. And she didn't know until we were a lot older that I was wearing her clothes to different events. And I'm going to tell you, one of the things that I am so thankful for, I talked a little bit about, my father being married before. So I have a brother that lives in California. We call him Jackie, and he's named after my father, John. And then my sister, Judy, who lived in California. So I think it was Gloria that talked about the station wagon. My father had a blue station wagon, and every single year, probably when I was about, I would say 7 or 8 years old, we would take our Mecca was California. He would pack that station wagon up. And back in those days, they put all of the luggage on top of the station wagon, and they covered it up. Exactly. They put the top on it. And when I tell you, I couldn't wait for summer vacation because we were getting in the car and we were going to California. And it was so much fun because every time we went to California, my father would always find a different route to take us. So you can imagine. And you know what? Think about it, you guys. We're all 7 of us in a station wagon, no seatbelts. no seatbelt.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Can you believe the things that we did where now it would be child abuse? You know, they would say, oh, it's not safe. But we traveled to California. We did different routes. I remember one year going through Las Vegas, Nevada. And you guys, you know, in Vegas, we were all the lights, everything. It was so much going on. Girl, we were sneaking in there, putting our little money, pulling the slots. We got kicked out of the casinos many days because we were too young to be in there. And it was awesome to have a big family. Detroit was a wonderful place to grow up. Of course, you guys know that Detroit is the home of Motown. So all of the music was coming out of Detroit. And of course, I can't say that I remember, but you know, Gloria, I believe you were probably still there when the riots took place in 1967. I was 3 years old, and I just know I can't remember everything that was going on, but I just know that was just a really sad time because we lived right off of we could walk to Woodward, and a lot of the destruction and everything that was going on was happening on that street. I have so many great memories of Detroit. Our downtown area was popping. It was flourishing. My mother worked in downtown Detroit, and there are so many times when I would jump on the bus and go meet her for lunch, and we would go shopping. And let's be clear, I get my shopping from my mama. So it ain't my fault. It came through the genes of Ann. Okay. When I tell you my mama,
Chris,
always,
the girls are like, Sabrina's like, stop her. We got 2 callers on hold, and we are learning everything. So you know,
okay,
Sabrina was like,
okay. What happened, Sabrina?
You know, it was in the chat. We want to hear. This is so juicy. Because Chris, what you just shared, like, I knew like almost none of that. Like almost
the riots.
So,
big.
Wow. We got Lisa and Mary on hold. Don't even think about going anywhere. We are going to you, Lisa. We want to hear from you. Talk to us on We Got Issues. Let us get to know you. You about growing up, help us to learn something about you.
Amen.
Thank you, Lisa, for sharing. Thank you for sharing. And Lisa, where did you grow up? In Toledo, Ohio. We are so grateful that you called in. It's great to hear stories and to have new friends. Thank you for being a listener to We Got Issues, and we hope that you'll keep coming back so we can learn more about you. Thanks so much for calling, Lisa. All right, we're going to go to amen for sure. And that scripture makes a difference for us all. We're going to go to Mary, and Facebook, we're going to work so you can hear Mary. So Mary, go ahead and share with us on We Got Issues. Are you there, Mary? Hello, Mary. Hello. Oh, hello. Who is this? This is Michelle. Hello, Michelle. We got the M right, but we are excited to have a new friend, Michelle. Tell us a little bit about you.
Also was a family, as Sabrina mentioned, Cherryville. We went to Cherryville with her. Okay. But we went to Cherryville with her.
That's right.
And on the wall.
Yep.
Inherited down to my cousin Greg, which inherited down to me before my son passed.
Mhm.
He had all for people word on it. And so not only to mention where we brought up in good stock, but then too, I had another side of the family, which was the Fields family, which were musicians. And my dad was a musician.
Wow.
My grandpa was in the era of Duke Ellington.
Wow.
That era. And he played with them as well as he had a big band. Then my dad has come up. He's American Idol now. He's played with The Voice. He's played with, you name it, he's played with it. Correct, Sabrina?
He's amazing. He's an amazing musician, you guys. Yes. And
so we came from, even with the hurdles that we had in Oklahoma, we came from a good family. That both sides of the family joined together. And again, we didn't know no difference. Sabrina's grandma was my grandma, okay? And that was on the other side of the family. But we were brought up together closer than she's my cousin. I'm probably her first hairstylist, correct? Call my sister. Yes. Because I hadn't told my cousin's hair. We grew up very close. We were like brothers and sisters. So when they went to Cherryville, we went to Cherryville. I spent most of my time, I'll put this, I'm going to go ahead and admit, I wasn't always the best of the cousins, but I called myself going to run away from home. And when I went to run away from home, I ran away from home to my Aunt Aquiva's house. We run away. It didn't take long to find us. So we were very close. And I thank God for that closeness because it has extended on into my life. Sabrina is very important in my life, as well as my other cousins. And so Greg and Regina and, and Eric was very close to me, of course. I will end it with this. Eric and Greg used to hate to go out with me and, when you get ready, go to parties and things like that because I was never on time when they told me to film time.
You was tardy for the party.
So we will be waiting on us, okay? So good times. We had some very good times, and those good times extended down into my children. Sabrina never turned my children. She took care of me when he was on that earth, and her and Kenny looked after him. Sabrina taking care of my grandkids and whatever. All I got to do is pick up the phone and say, look, this is what I need. She's like, okay.
What a blessing.
Growing up with a family support system is very important.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what you do or where you are, and I can testify to that from my family because I ain't always been the best. But I had family who, regardless, was there for me. So, I truly believe in that family value
Mm-hmm.
and what family does for you. And Sabrina, you have been a very good little cousin.
Well, that is.
All right, thank you. All right. Goodbye.
Family is everything, you guys. And where we come from, you can never run from it. You can never hide from it. It is who we are. And it's forever. Family over everything, for sure.
I mean, that's one of the things I've, growing up as an only child, I always would look and hear those stories. And what I've learned is if you don't have that village, you create it. You create that village through your girlfriends and through even now reaching out. We had some cousins that were distant cousins, but all of us have family, and you can reach out, and just hearing them tell stories. It's important for us, you know, the next generation after the matriarchs and the patriarchs pass on. It is up to us to stay connected to our families. And there's just no reason, with all of the technology we have now, if you haven't had a family Zoom, why not create one and do one? Don't just let it be Mother's Day, and certainly not just a funeral when we come together. So those stories were so good.
Just to add to that, probably about 4 years ago, I did the 23andMe DNA testing on my dad, and it came back, and it was like very, very interesting. Like, wow, you know, there are so many. And now, because we did that DNA, he has so many relatives. I mean, it's just amazing to see how many second cousins, third cousins, people that you didn't even know existed. And so my one sister, Sharice, she said she's going to take on the project of trying to reach out to all of these newfound family members that we never, ever knew existed. So that is another way that people are reconnecting and finding out about family that they absolutely had no clue that existed. So, you know, is that something that you guys would do if you did a DNA and you found out you had all of these relatives? Would you be interested in meeting them, or would you be like, no, I got my family, that's enough?
Yeah, I mean, certainly I love to meet and extend other family members. Y'all, I was watching this show of these children that were a product of a sperm donor. And do you know they had their own family reunion? They all connected. It's like 30 some odd of them. And they're all siblings. Wow. I mean, they all got the same daddy, and they connected. And it's just interesting growing up, even in different environments, all the things that they had in common. It was amazing. Amazing.
That would be some family reunion. That would be some family reunion. My cousin Michelle was just telling me we should do a story on sperm donors. I mean, she was telling me about this one man has fathered 70 children. 70.
Wow.
That's a little
I can't wait to see the guest on that show. Who will be our guest speaker?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Well, I want to ask some questions, and these are a couple of games that you guys can play with friends, family, to get to know. A really, really fun one is 2 truths and a lie. And that is where you do 2 truths and a lie. And so I just wrote out 2 truths and a lie to see if the girlfriends could think about it. One is I played the violin. The second is I had training wheels on my bike until I was 12 years old. The third one is Paris is my favorite city. So which one is the lie?
I hope training wheels when you was 12. I hope that's the one lie, okay?
Whatever it is, we hope that's the one. But we know you're short.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Maybe.
Caterina, you were not president of the 6th grade class riding your bike on training wheels. Okay?
That's what I was thinking.
I had a pink huffy and some training wheels. I could not get my balance right.
No way.
Was rolling behind my dad's motorcycle, rolling.
You did not go outside. Oh my goodness.
I mean,
that's a shame.
It's funny.
That is funny, ain't it? Paris is not my favorite city. I've never been to Paris, and my husband has been, and it's not his favorite city, so he's not eager to go. But I'm gonna get to Paris because I know all y'all have been to Paris. So that's one thing. As much as I've traveled,
but it's not my favorite city. Gloria loves Paris. I think she loves Paris. I don't. It's not my favorite.
It's not mine either.
I love Paris so much. You could eat the garbage. That food is so good. I could eat the garbage over there in Paris. I loved it. Yep.
So cool. Here's another fun game. It's called Never Have I Ever. So I'm going to ask each one of the girlfriends. Well, I'm going to ask 3 of these. And Never Have I Ever, you simply just raise your hand if you have ever done this. Never have I ever knowingly run a red light?
Wait, do you raise your hand if you did it or if you didn't do it?
If you've done it. So I might be doing it wrong. Run a red light. Gloria, you have never run a red light on purpose. Okay.
And I'm not driving with y'all either. No more. Now that I know y'all run a red light? No. No. I'm from Detroit. I know how to drive.
Yeah, because in her mind, they always green. She knows she has run a red light. Come on now.
You said intentional. You said intentional. No, I ain't run a red light intentionally.
I'm going to ask this one. As an adult, never have I ever, in other words, have you ever fallen asleep in church as an adult? Because we know you did as a kid. First lady, I had to ask that question. What's Bishop preaching?
That's when the church hats come in handy, because you just cock it so that you can bow your head and they can't see that your eyes are closed.
And Chris, does Bishop get offended? Is Bishop offended when you fall asleep on his sermon?
No, because you know what? You know how to do it. When you fall asleep and you realize it, you wake up and you're like, yes.
Okay.
we know what to do.
Okay, so here's the last one. On never have I ever broken something in a store and walked away from it.
Okay, Chris, you stop lying, Chris.
Come on, Chris. Come on.
Like,
you shot more than all of us.
So
Chris,
that
I was with you one time. You better raise your hand. Raise your hand, Chris.
No.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Well, we have this book, thanks to Crisette Ellis. We have this book, 3,000 Questions About Me. Now, I want to tell you also, if you don't have the Spouseology game, it is super fun to play with couples. That's a super fun couples game. So I encourage people to get this. But there are 3,000 questions in here. And so let's just see. Each girlfriend gets to pick a number between 1 and 3,000. And I'm going to ask you the question. So, Crisette, since this is your book, okay, Sabrina's jumping in and going. She wants question number 5. Question number 5 is...
You probably already went through the book and know what question number 5 is. Don't even try it.
Because this is a safe one. What is your current state of mind?
How are
lazy, crazy.
Aware. I'm healthy. Healthy today.
Okay.
Today. Yes.
Okay, Chris, I'm going to you. Question. What number?
Give me 2,999.
Okay, we're going all the way. That makes it easy to find. What is something you wish you could avoid?
Oh, what is something I wish I could avoid?
Conflict.
Yeah, right.
Conflict.
That's a good one. I would say something that I wish I could avoid would be sometimes self-doubt. Self-doubt. Absolutely.
That's good. Mm-hmm. That's good. Gloria.
Okay, 1985.
1985. So 1985 is going to take me a minute.
I think I hear
okay,
Ken.
Here we go.
Ken, are you out there?
What promise have you broken?
Ooh. Oh, I don't want that page. 1986.
But you know what? You know what I just heard?
What promise have I broken? Come in, just right on time.
Okay.
Hurry.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank God I'm not the only one. I was like, can you please be here by 7 o'clock? What promise have I broken?
You know what? Craig Groeschel did a whole leadership class on that and said, you know what, in COVID, we broke some promises. We changed some stuff that we didn't need to be keeping. So sometimes breaking a promise is a good thing. So something you changed, something you shifted, or 1986 is do you blame someone?
Honestly, to be honest with you, the most important promises that I've broken are the ones I've promised to myself. If I said I'm going to work out all the time and I don't, if I say I'm going to drink a gallon of water every day and I don't, if I say I'm going to go vegan and I fall off the wagon, every other day and I see a piece of cheese, I'm like, so I think that I can't think of anything more specific than that, but that would be the one I would go to.
That's the truth. I picked 1967. What is the biggest city you've ever been to? That is interesting. The ones I live in, I guess New York is. What's the biggest city though in the world? What are the biggest cities? China, Beijing. Yeah. Beijing, China. I haven't been to India. I don't know if Cairo, how big, but China, Beijing must be probably.
Didn't you go to Soweto?
All of us. But that's not you can answer it two ways.
China.
Yeah, I think Beijing, right? We've all been there. Okay, for sure. Okay, Sabrina, we got a few more minutes. We're learning about the girlfriends. Pick a number.
1988.
Okay, 1988. So, question, getting to know more about Sabrina. If you lived in a tower, would you want a doorman or do you think it's unnecessary? I already know the answer to that. That's an interesting question. If you lived in a tower, would you want a doorman?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I need to know who's coming and going to the tower. Yes.
I guess that's it. And I'm just going to ask you, because that was an easy question. 1989 is how many pairs of shoes? Who owns the most pair of shoes on this show?
Don't even try it.
These two. No, I don't. All y'all. It's not me for sure.
It's like Gloria.
No. I have gym shoes. Or Caterina. It ain't Gloria. And it ain't Sabrina.
It might be Caterina.
I think it's Crisette and Katrina.
Maybe.
Chris. Remember when we went to Bermuda? We went to Bermuda, and I went to Bermuda with Chris, and I swear I must have bought 15 pairs of shoes at that one shop in Bermuda, and Crisette bought more than me. So Chris has the most shoes.
Absolutely.
The most shoes. If you can buy, now Anthony said Katrina, but
Anthony talking about Katrina.
Chris,
thank you, Anthony.
You have it. I mean, I remember you guys shopping. One of the most fun times I've had with you, Crisette, is shopping in Dubai. When we were shopping in Dubai, remember we stayed in that one shoot. We stayed in, it's one of the largest, most expensive malls, high-end designers, some designers I ain't even heard of, high-end designers. And we stayed in one shoe store, Crisette, shopping for 4 hours. Remember, them shoes was way up here. And you walked out with so many shoes. I was over here Googling them. I could find those cheaper. She didn't care. She was going to find right there. Okay. So, okay, another really fun game, which I didn't get to pull them out, but you know how you see those things on Facebook? I love where it says, which one could you live without? Which one could you live without? That's just really, really funny to me. That's a really fun game. So, Gloria, pick a number.
1922.
Okay, everybody's staying in 1922. Getting to know Gloria, what is your favorite aisle in the supermarket?
The fruits. The fruit aisle. Wherever the fruits are.
Yeah.
That's why I navigate first. That's why I spend the most of my time is looking at the fruits. Mostly the grapes.
Katrina, what's your favorite aisle? Katrina, what's your favorite aisle?
I would have said the same thing, although I love meat too. But honestly, I would have said produce. Produce is my favorite. Okay. My favorite place. Produce is my favorite.
That's right. That's the right name. Produce. I'm sorry, produce.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would say probably the produce aisle as well, because the other aisles you're just getting this, that, and the other. So the produce aisle.
What
about you, Bree?
Chips. carbs.
The real answer for me is no aisle. The real answer for me is no aisle. Anthony would say, you don't go to the grocery store. My mother used to work in the grocery store, so I didn't like going to the grocery store because that's where my mama had to stay till 9 and 10 o'clock at night. And that's my excuse. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. So it's really no aisle. I like to not go to the grocery store. But who knows what
did everybody else do their lie? Did everybody else do their story lie?
Okay, do your 2 truths and a lie, Gloria.
Okay. I did the opening act at West Side Story when I was in middle school. I skydived. I sold my prom dress and my sister's prom dress.
Oh, now
Number 3. You didn't sew nothing.
Well, wait a minute. She absolutely skydived. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know she knows how to knit, but I don't know if she knows how to sew. So you know what? I don't know. I would say that you didn't sew the dresses.
Okay. Y'all are wrong.
That's my guess.
Okay, so I skydived. I was the opening act at West Side. I did not sew Wendy's prom dress, but I did sew my prom dress.
Wow.
My prom dress in high school.
We want pictures.
It was yellow and it was gorgeous.
Wow. Unbelievable. Who else did their 2 truths and a lie?
Okay, so I'll do mine. Let's say I studied abroad for 3 months in London when I was at Michigan State. I talked to Oprah Winfrey on the phone, and I got engaged under the moonlight in Daytona Beach.
Daytona.
I think Daytona too.
Study abroad. Nope.
Okay, so you said studied abroad, Sabrina?
I never heard that story.
The lie is I studied abroad for 3 months in London.
I know my girlfriend. Okay. I know my girlfriend.
Sabrina.
Okay.
I never heard that story. And Sabrina would have known all the stories. All the stories Sabrina would have known. Whatever.
Yep. Because trust me, if she would have studied abroad, we would have all known. I've been abroad. I studied abroad when I was in high school. We would have all known that story. Okay.
You
we are coming to the end of the show. We're coming to the end of the show. So we got to open tomorrow with Sabrina's 2 truths and a lie, because I just didn't call on her, but maybe she didn't even write them out. I don't know. But I hope you had fun today. The purpose of this show, she was ready. So we're going to open with that tomorrow. So we thank you for joining. We Got Issues on WFDF 910 AM, the Superstation. We had fun today. We hope this inspired you to connect with people you haven't connected with in a while and make some new friends. And we will see you tomorrow on We Got Issues. Bye-bye.
Bye. That was a fun show, Kat. Fun show.
Yes. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Too fun.
Thanks.
Oh, Caterina, that was fun.
That was fun. That was hilarious.
I'm so glad Ken made it in before the deadline.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that was funny. We could have kept going on that one. That right there is the girlfriend's retreat. Okay, whether it's Jamaica or wherever.
Who was that brought to us by chocolate kisses?
I think it was Carla. Ken came in the nick of time.
Exactly.
I'm going from the gym. Hurry.
Oh my goodness. So you guys, we have to open tomorrow with Sabrina's 2 Truths and a Lie. Tune in to the show tomorrow so we can hear that. This was great and excited. I interviewed somebody today that I'm excited to have on the show. So keep sending us your ideas, y'all. Keep sending us your show ideas, and the world keeps having issues, so we will never run out of topics. Okay, we got plenty to talk about. So I
See you
think
later, guys.
All right, Gloria, it's your show tomorrow, right, Gloria? You got the show tomorrow?
I
Is
don't
it
know.
Gloria's show?
I just did it yesterday.
we got issues with our schedule.
Okay.
We will find
Yeah,
out
we're
tomorrow.
gonna tell everybody about it. Bye, y'all.
Bye.